What is this? What is this? I can't even. Oh, it actually. Whoa. What? Yes. Okay, so that has to be. Oh, there it is. There's the button for. Okay. Let's try again. There it is. Now it works. Well done, Wargaming. The Chosen One is a new series that I'm starting where I make a poll, a straw poll most likely, that I will put in the description and probably as well the comment section, where you guys get to vote what tank I play next Sunday. This week we start off with a pick from my manager, the LT-100 Tier 10 Soviet light tank. As I've mentioned before, it feels like a 140 squished and had some DPM taken away, some health. Overall, I don't really enjoy my T-100 as much as I would love to, especially on Ensk of all maps. So my demise will be swift and painful. Did I say LT-100? I meant T-100LT, of course. I'm not stupid, I'm just Phil. Sand River, actually a map that I can maneuver on, use my speed, use my tank. What does the T-100 actually have going for it? Speed, maneuverability, size, camo rating. It's a tiny tank, not as small as the ELC even 90, but I mean, for tier 10, this is small. Speed, this tank can go 70 kilometers an hour really quickly. I mean, that's what speed is. It's going super fast, yo. Maneuverability. This tank traverses really damn fast. And together with, you know, the 70 kilometer an hour top speed, it's good. It's good shit. Get the tank if you like scout tanks, if I'm honest. But it doesn't have armor. I mean, it used to have armor. On the test server, it had amazing armor. But now it's just... it's light tank armor. I think it's 100 millimeters. I didn't flip, I swear. At 100 millimeters, it's not amazing, but it's not bad either, especially for a light tank. We do get a sneaky shot off into this Liberté, though he never expected us up there. It doesn't have a lot of gun depression. It's very Soviet. 5 degrees of gun depression means that I had to wedge my tank up on the right side to have enough gun depression to shoot him in the side as well. Did I say 100 millimeters? I meant 90. 90 millimeters of frontal hull armor. What doesn't this tank have as well? DPM, alpha, reload speed, you know, together with DPM, that is the same thing really. Gun handling, accuracy. The light tanks all have one thing in common. Their guns are poop pancakes. There's no point really in getting into knife fights with tanks, other tanks. It's just you don't have the DPM to fight them, especially at tier 10. I mean, my DPM in the T-100 is not great. My reload is 6 seconds. What was it? I can't really see it. I think 6.3 seconds is it? I have to have a look. Hold on, I'm reloaded. 6.7 seconds even. God, I'm blind. It is not good. So the DPM that you do in this tank, the output, the damage output is just too low. The whole idea of the light tanks is that they're not damage dealers. You scout with them, you use your maneuverability to go in, spot them, maybe get out again, or a camo rating. Oh, this tank has camo rating. It's tiny. So sit in a bush, passive scout, and hope that your teammates don't shoot you for not actively scouting. But what am I doing here then? I'm sniping and I'm trying to damage things. I don't really see a gap right now in the minimap where I can go. The only gap that I can find is towards the 268 version 4, who is admittedly driving away from me, so that is pretty good. Get a shot into the side of the WZ. Even in a light tank, you would take that shot, won't you? The 268, just fast enough, escapes my grasp. But not for long, as I still get the kill on him. I want to continue on to maybe get the side of this WZ-111, whatever one fake tank this is. However, there's a 140 shooting me in the side, and I think that I would be small enough for him to miss me. But he doesn't, he still hits me. I track the WZ again. I'm not quite sure how. I was kind of aiming at the track, but I have shaky aim, so I was actually aiming at the lower plate, but RNG sent that shot flying into his track still. Tried to shoot the 140, but the AP in this tank is so bad, or even the APCR, it fires APCR standard, loses so much penetration over distance, there's no point in shooting him right now. And the artillery, I know where he was, I don't get the final shot on him. I'm not going to spend too much time on Ruinberg. Again, a city map, I don't like my light tanks on city maps. However, we are in the new position on this map, which is extremely overpowered if you have a very good turret, or the enemy is not paying attention, or your team actually goes into the field. 1, I don't have a lot of armor. 2, my turret is not impenetrable. 3, my team doesn't go into the field. So what happens is that a Yak Tiger can literally just sit in front of us and just sit there and do nothing except for shoot us when we try to poke out. Because we're not going to leave this position, are we? I mean, this is such a strong position now. It would be a waste to drive out of here. So eventually, I die because I panic when I'm trying to shoot the Yak Tiger, and we lose it. Mannerheim Line is the new name for Arctic region. Mannerheim Line used to be the name already in the save files or the replay files of this map, and this bush is criminally underrated and not known. I don't go into this bush often if I really think about it. This game I just felt like going into this bush, and it's great for spotting enemy tank destroyers camping in their own base. I actually thought I wouldn't get spotted sitting in that bush over there when I fired, but there was something apparently that did spot me. There you see the ugly accuracy rearing its head, trying to shoot the T-49. I know I can get a second shot off because I didn't get spotted. However, I noticed there's a T-62A behind me, and if you don't mind me, just gonna try and farm him. I mean, he's not really paying attention to me. I'm paying attention to him. Nothing can rush me here, if I'm really honest. The T-49 is the one that can have the best shots on me, and he's dead. I was at least going to die soon anyway. There you go, he won't die. I tracked the T-62A, put a few more shots on him. Guess what? Next shot is going to be a hot one. Literally, I set him on fire and track him again. I do a little wiggle of approval towards myself, and let's continue the rampage. So we move up and try and spot the tanks that are camping in their own base more. The T-44, the AMX-30 that died already, the VK-452B, which I don't really want to go towards because he's got a lot of frontal armor and a big scary gun, and the 50-120 that died. I noticed the Lorraine in the middle. He misses his first shot on me. He's not actually really paying attention. He could have shot the M4 de Verlize, but instead opts to try and shoot at me some more. So I track him, I wiggle, he misses a shot, I get his sight, I use a handbrake turn, I take my sweet time to aim at his track in case I do not roll high enough, and kill him. So now we are going to meet, which is probably the single best Borsig player in the history of World of Tanks. At least I like to believe so, because I'm going to move up here, try and spot some tanks. High explosive with the 750 alpha gun in my tank. Now, I'm not going to be mean here, but I'm just going to say that he probably calculated that. It was a fully calculated play, and he's not really stupid for firing high explosive with the 150mm gun, hoping that he would get my ass, because that's a 1 in about 500 chance, isn't it? Anyway, I'm not really keen on poking him again, because if he is firing high explosive, I die. If he's firing AP and he pens it, I die. I mean, I literally can be a 2-shot for the Borsig with the 750 alpha gun, because the T-100LT doesn't have a lot of health. Literally 1500. If he hits me twice with the AP with the 152mm gun, I die. Anyway, he kills the T-110E4, which means that there's enough time for us to just look at him and laugh at him, even though he should be laughing at us because he literally did 1000 damage to us, give or take about 50. So there's 2 tanks left on the enemy team, the Arta and the 183. We spot the RT earlier than the 183 because the 183 has ridiculous camo rating. We fire in the move on the 183, kill him, and at the same time we get full spotting for the GW Tiger. I actually did Light Tank 5 for the Object 260 in that game. I'm struggling with the Light Tank missions for the Object 260. I don't think I will get the Object 260 ever in my life, seeing as the new seasonal campaign is already kind of being worked on for the last 2 years. So I don't see myself getting the 260, and if the new campaign comes out, I'll probably end up going to get those tanks instead. Dynamics 3090 did 500 damage to us, but we eventually do get the kill. We have taken the hill for our team with success. And from here on out, it's a case of making sure the enemy team doesn't push over or up, and that we get some sneaky shots off from this hill. It's a very important part of this map to take it. If you can, do try and do it. I mean, don't throw away your tank to have your team take the hill. I mean, it is a game of team play, yes, but at the same time, what is your team without you? If you die, it's 14 versus 15. You've given your team a disadvantage. So if you can take the hill, but don't throw away your tank for your team to then take it, and then, you know, it's still your team. 14 players that are not you, make different decisions, might throw it or win it, who knows. I'm not them. Instead, you are them. You are the teammates, as I am your teammate, so we are all each other's teammates. So we are each other, but we're not ourselves, but we are ourselves, as we are one. What? Wait, no, never mind. Anyway, I don't think I've actually explained what this series is going to be about. Kind of, at least. I told you that you guys will be able to pick the tank out of a poll that I will make, and it will have 4 tanks to pick from. And pretty much what I'm going to do is I'm just going to play that tank for 3, 4, maybe 5 games. I picked 5 games for the T-100 because it's... I got a city map right at the start. This 3rd game, I believe, was a city map, and I just don't enjoy my light tanks on city maps. For example, if I don't know, God, the Type 4 gets chosen for some god unknown reason, and I get Prokhorovka, Malinovka, you know, maps like that, I will play another game in its place, because I know that game will suck. So, you will see at least 3 games every episode of that tank. I mean, if there's going to be a poll, tell me in what... You know, with what gun. If there's a tank that can choose maybe multiple guns, tell me what gun to use as well. For example, if the Borsig gets chosen, tell me in the comment section with the 128 or the 150mm gun, so I know what you guys would like to see more. Other than that, it's a bit of a difference with the news, as in the news I played them stock. With this, if there's multiple guns to choose, for example the 432, tell me what gun to use. So it's you have a say in what I play. That's literally it. You choose it. Get it? Because the tank that I play is chosen by you. The chosen one. See, it all makes sense in the end, guys. It really does, kind of. Oh, and tell me in the comment section as well, important, if you like or dislike or just don't want music in the background. I kind of like to play with music in the background, but I mean, if it's for a video, I would turn it off for you guys. If you would like that. Or even if you have better music than I do, send me that instead. Like, tell me to listen to that while playing. I mean, I've listened to yodel music, for God's sake, while playing World of Tanks, so I think everything should fit. Okay, so, the enemy tried to push to the hill, and we have stopped them. Now, we have lost a lot of tanks in the fight. Yeah, and the enemy team has sent more tanks into the fight. But, I mean, we are still technically on the hill. Our tanks have actually gone around as well. So, now the enemy is actually being flanked. There's an IS-7 literally driving in the middle of them. Centurion dies, the IS-7 dies, the WZ dies. So now we have just taken the hill, there's no enemies left here. It's time to move up. It's time to continue our push towards the enemy. I want to find the artillery if I can. Maybe shoot the T-100 on the enemy team, who is in QSFL, by the way. And that's going to be somewhat important. So we're going to move up to the back of their map. Maybe, hopefully we can spot RT, but I know I'm spotted myself still because of that enemy T-100. So I'm going to put a shot into him as he's driving away. Roll nice and high out of 300 Alpha, roll 340, which is super nice. And now we're going to continue on into the dip. The mouse is not here, the T-57 heavies are not here, the T-100 is driving away. There's a big chance that RT is here or more around the vicinity of A1. RT is not here, which means RT is in A1 and I want to continue to there. But then I notice Shadow Walker is driving back. He knows that I might be going after RT. So I see that he has more health than I do. He is turned around to try and come and find me and fight me 1v1 mate. So I don't have the health. I don't want to do that. I'm not a fan of 1v1ing an enemy tank of the same caliber. So I'm just gonna drive away if you don't mind. Maybe shoot on the move for a bit, but who knows. I'm not gonna stick around for you to try and shoot me. He misses. So I'm gonna turn left here and continue towards T-57 heavy. Never mind, go towards the mouse. We're gonna load some AP because a mouse is still a mouse. It's heavily armored. We're gonna fire on the move and continue driving towards the pattern because the T-100 is still chasing. I'm not sure if he came back to maybe shoot me because I'm Phil, or maybe to shoot me because he saw that I had less than health than he did and he just wanted to try and 1v1 me. to get me out of the game. We shoot him as he has been just completely destroyed by my team. That leaves only the artillery left. 4.3k damage done, barely any spotting, but this was a close quarters combat fight in a close quarters combat map. RT actually still shoots us out of all the tanks spotted, but it's fair. I'm a tier 10 in a top tier matchup, so I think it's fair for him to shoot me. I mean, I'm low armored as well. Big chance that he could have killed me, and I mean, he knows he's going to die. I was spotted. T-57 Heavy eventually gets the kill, but I was spotted. I was easy damage for him to do. So this last game of the day was my best game of the day. So tell me, using the poll in the description, comment section, and hopefully maybe top right, what to play next week. Overall, I would say the T-100 is not my favorite tank, but it is my favorite tier 10 light tank. I mean, it is my only tier 10 light tank, but I think I will enjoy this one still the most out of all of them.